The perfect cream puff is light in the airy Pate A Choux that is hollow in the center, delicate and delicious. Today we are going to be making the most perfect cream puffs with a crackling shell, and we're going to fill it with a peanut cream and salted caramel. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, keep watching. First, we are going to start with the craquelin. Craquelin is a super simple, thin dough that you place over your cream puff, and while it bakes, that dough encompasses the cream puffs and makes it perfectly round and gives it the slightest crunchy texture. And this is super simple to make. You can make a big batch and just freeze it for up to 6 months. You're gonna place 84 grams or 6 tablespoons of butter in the bowl of your stand mixer with 100 grams or half a cup of sugar and paddle that until it is smooth. Once it's smooth, we're gonna add in 100 grams or 3/4 cup of flour and mix that until a dough forms. Then we're gonna take our dough off of the mixer and begin to flatten it out between 2 pieces of parchment paper until it's about 1/8 of an inch thin. You want this to be pretty skinny, like me. Rolling a really thin and delicate dough like this one between parchment paper will make your life a whole lot easier because you don't have to worry about incorporating a lot of flour to get the dough to do what you want it to do. You can also just slide this onto a sheet tray and place this into your freezer to harden while we move on to our Pate A Choux. For the choux, you are going to place 60 grams or 1/4 cup of milk, 60 grams or 1/4 cup of water, 2 grams or half a teaspoon of sugar, 108 grams or 7.5 tablespoons of butter, and 1.5 grams or 1/4 teaspoon of salt, all into a pot and bring that to a boil. Once it boils, we are going to mix in 102 grams or 3/4 cup of sifted flour and stir that for 1 to 2 minutes to dry the dough out a bit. You'll know that your dough is ready when you start to get a thin film on the base of your pan like this. Now we are going to move this dough into our stand mixer fitted with the paddle attachment and begin to add in 200 grams or 4 large eggs one at a time, making sure that each egg is fully incorporated after each addition. Allow this to mix for a minute or 2 until your dough appears shiny and elastic. Then I'm going to transfer this dough into a piping bag with a round tip and begin to pipe my choux onto a sheet tray. Now our craquelin should be frozen, and we are going to cut it out and place it on top of our Pate A Choux. Then these are going to bake in a super hot oven at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. Then we are going to lower the heat to 350 and bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes until they are golden and fluffy. Be sure not to open your oven because all of that heat will escape and then your choux will flatten. And you also want to make sure that your oven is preheated precisely and you're getting these into a super hot oven. Pate A Choux is a dough that has been cooked twice, which makes it super stable. So you can always make these ahead of time and freeze them for up to 4 months. You guys know I have been obsessed with whipped ganaches lately, and I am trying to stop, but I'm just not ready yet. In a pot, we are going to heat up 115 grams or half a cup of cream with 4 grams or 1 teaspoon of glucose syrup and bring that to a boil. Once it boils, we are going to pour this over 113 grams or 2/3 cup of caramelized white chocolate. The chocolate that I'm using today is Kewanee by Michelle Cluzel. It is so delicious and creamy and full of caramel aroma. We are also mixing it with 80 grams or 1/3 cup of peanut butter. Now, I am 100% a crunchy peanut butter girl, which is all that I had in my pantry. And initially I thought it was fine, but then I realized that I'm probably not going to be able to blend or whip this up later with bits of peanut in there. So I realized that I'm gonna have to strain this out. Are you a crunchy or a smooth peanut butter person? Comment below. Finally, we are going to pour in 230 grams or 1 cup of cold cream. Mix this well and allow it to crystallize overnight. Once the cream is set up, we can pull it out of the fridge and whip the cream to medium peaks, and then we are going to split half of the cream into a plain piping bag and the other half into a piping bag fitted with a star tip. When we're ready to assemble the choux, we're going to take the plain piping bag, Poke a hole in the base of the choux. It should be super hollow. Apply even pressure and fill the choux until it has some weight to it. Then I'm going to take some salted caramel. This is the same exact salted caramel that I used in my apple dessert. I will link it up here. And I'm going to repeat the same process. You just want a little hint of salted caramel in the center. Then I'm going to take the piping bag fitted with the star attachment and pipe some more cream onto the top of the choux. Pate A Choux to filling ratio is something that I am very passionate about, in the sense that I think a 3-to-1 ratio is pretty good. You should have a lot of cream in there. Finally, I am taking a 1/4 teaspoon measure and creating a little divot in the top of the choux, filling it with a little bit more salted caramel. I am also taking some salted peanuts and placing them around the cream, and it looks like we are all ready to dig in. That is it for another recipe. These pate a choux are full of a lovely peanut and caramelized white chocolate aroma. Both of the flavors in that cream shine beautifully and create the perfect balance. You could also skip the salted caramel and fill these with a Concord grape jelly or any jam of your choice, and that would really be a fun play on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I've done that before and it's absolutely gorgeous. So don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below some other recipes you guys want to see in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Felt that. It's delicate, it's airy, it's salty and sweet. It's perfect. Do I have something on my nose?
Smash the like and subscribe button and comment down below what you want me to do.